Wii U pad only has a terrible fucking battery inside of it. But, yeah, your system sounds like an interesting balance between the EU and America. Social support system in America, they never say, you're good. They say, where's our money? Basically, I don't think you can get a full waiver in America that easily. You know, I think I remember reading an article before about homelessness in Singapore being almost a non-existent thing, I think. But technically now we should be able to upgrade a few of our tanks. Now it's all a matter of money. I think Dan's just being sarcastic, because there's obviously, like, most of the rest of the world still has lots of homeless problems. But, a lot of the homeless problems are a number of different things. That would be just getting into a lot of different topics, so. Yeah, I need to make some cash, so what I'll probably do some off-screen is I'll probably try to balance everyone's levels while grinding for mats and trying to get some money and stuff. So that's probably something I will do some now in this. It is a JRPG after all, so we're going to eventually have to do that. Eventually. Actually, I'm honestly surprised we went this far without Willie doing any level grinding really at all. So I should be over 15 hours into this. 16:22. Nice. If it's anything like the studio I used to be in back when I first lived by, like, I liked it, my little studio I had when I first went to live on my own. It was a really nice size. It worked out very nicely outside of the fucking neighbors, of course. That was the most problem. Like, I really wish I knew where to get those fucking leaves, because this place is fucking slime heaven for those cells. Because they just keep splitting apart into more until they're so low health they can't survive anymore. But yeah, I want to check in that other tunnel to see what was in there. Might as well just save the cannon file. And they don't do a whole lot of damage, though they do okay damage, though. It's so low they couldn't survive long enough. 16 shots. Pursuit. Look at all those tons of crap. Yeah, that was the one with the neighbors above me. Before those people moved in, it was a single mom with a, like, teenager daughters. Fucking insanely out of control. Like, seriously, her mother could not tell her fucking shit. Like, I feel bad for the woman on one hand, because, like, her child was a spoiled fucking brat, is the sad reality of the whole thing. But the problem, though, is that as much as I can feel some sympathy for her, that's not my job to deal with. And, like, I have my own fucking problems in life. You know, so, I mean, you need to not be living there if you can't fucking control your kid. Yeah, that's like the logic of, like, New York. It's like, criminals will be criminals. Let's not throw them in jail. It's like, what? Man, look how fucking small they got. Good lord. Get so many of those cells here. But yeah, like, I think I got to live there for like 4 months before they moved in. It was a real shame. Well, I mean, she was, like, I only interacted with her like 3 times, but, I mean, she was very nice to me when she talked to me. But her whole child was, like, a fucking, like, a horrible brat. Like, seriously. Terrible child. Yeah, we're down the other path. So let's check what's in here. But yeah, that was a really nice studio. It was a pretty nice size. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Holy shit, that is... Oh man, that was, like, not good. Why is this computer still online? Wouldn't that be interesting? Like on the other side of the map, we actually find some other people actually surviving. A mule veil. Mule veil. 100. Oh. Repel beams. Ooh. That's interesting. See, that gave... Yeah. Power drip. Didn't it say? Unless it's, Did I look at the wrong thing? Yeah, it's a glove. For medics. It's a medic unique item. Okay. Gotcha. And a 500 battery. Yay! They exist! I figured that's what we would probably be getting. Silver gloves, that's new. Cannon support. Let's see, increases the power of cannon type weapons. That could have its ups and downs. Bit of a humble brag here. People compliment me about my kids all the time, but when they find out that I discipline my kids and raise them with Christian morals, they're like, oh, I could never do that. Like, religion is one thing, because obviously different people have different religions. But, like, morals, like, there's this weird thing about morals these days. Like, I remember this one article about, like, New York, where they were saying, like, somebody was saying, like, everything was racist, and, like, when you read, like, what the person was talking about, they were basically saying, like, everything about being a decent human being was being racist. It is like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? Actually, you know, I was watching, interesting, there's apparently something on the other side of that. That's interesting. Yeah, like, they were talking about, they were just talking about being, like, basically civilized people. Like, honestly, I feel like it was the type of people that's like, yeah, Luke. Like, I wish I could find the article and just share it, because it was just really stupid. It was just so stupid. Like, for some reason, people think, like, having any societal morals is bad. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me anymore. No, it certainly wasn't Anita. It was something from, like, the New Yorker or something, talking to somebody in New York. Oh, I don't know about what Singapore's like, Marcus, but fucking, you'll be lucky if you see a parent with a decently raised child these days. I go to Walmart, almost guaranteed someone's kid's gonna be screaming somewhere in the store. Like, I could be in the grocery area and they're screaming in the electronic department. You can hear them all over the building. It's like super ridiculous. Well, sadly, if you're a worker at the store, you sadly have to bear it. That's a sad thing. But I mean, like, as a consumer though, like, it's kind of bullshit. Like, I remember, like, walking through the freezing section this one day. This lady had 2 children, and I swear, the child was screaming on the top of their fucking lungs, and all she was doing is acting like literally nothing was happening. Like, she was just on her phone, grabbing things from the freezers and shit. And her child in the shopping cart is just screaming on the top of their fucking lungs. And I remember that day, the whole day, I was in Walmart that day. I could hear that child everywhere, screaming. And I'm just like, for the love of humanity, kick her out of the fucking store. Like, what the fuck? But it's ridiculous. They're like I say to my dad, it'd be one thing if she was trying to correct them. It's another to completely ignore them and make them everyone else's fucking problem. Wow, we already destroyed like 200 more fucking monsters from the last time we got the destruction bonus. Let's all SE type weapons shoot simultaneously. I have no chill with everyone, even customers, but the difference is that I was the IT support guy with specialist skills, so they can't do shit without crippling the company until they find a replacement. Besides, I wasn't hired for customer service, I was hired to fix shit. When I worked in retail, I had to deal with more insane adults than kids. I mean, and that's a sad thing. Like, I remember an interesting article talking about how, like, you're seeing all these people who are supposed to be grown-ups who are acting like fucking children. And it's really strange to me to see so many people acting like little fucking children. It is so bizarre to me. Well, I might as well just have all attack at this point. I mean, they're all over the place in fucking big cities. They'll, like, it's like, I don't know how these people grew up. Like, did they ever fucking walk a day in their life? Because it certainly don't feel like they ever did. Stop destroying my shit. Got a good load of stuff out of that one. Over 30 items on that one. Whew. Yeah, we're basically smoking. Let's fast travel out of here. We got what we wanted. I don't know how you're supposed to get to that. I don't know if maybe later we'll find some way to clear it. That confront people on it, like, why are you acting like an entitled brat? And if you punched me or assault me, hey, it's free money when I sue you. I mean, I don't know what Singapore's like, but lawsuits are a very, very long process in America. You probably be lucky if you can get done in like 2 years, let alone longer. And sometimes if you can get it done under a year, and it can happen, but it's not going to be like super common. Not going to be super common, but if you can get it under a year, you got super lucky. She had to climb our shelves. It was a whole salad club. It was a wholesale club to get an item, and when she did, something fell down and hit her in the head. I think she wanted some money off her order, but I just said, sorry ma'am, next time don't climb our shelves. Well, on one hand, usually most stores will tell you to, no? Oh, I think that's some kind of whale mob. Look how small it is, too. The fact that it resists everything makes me think like it's like a metal slime. Look at that 1 damage. Motherfucker ran away. But usually, you know, most stores have signs saying don't climb and shit. Because that never stops people. Now, admittedly, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Admittedly, sometimes I'll do it myself. But only if I can actually reach it. If it is actually too high, I'm not going to fucking literally climb, like... Okay, wait, climb, like... I don't literally climb the shelf. I'll reach... If it's in a height I can reach for, and there's something there, I get it. I'm not gonna literally climb the shelf. That is no. Oh, Marcus, people are really, really stupid these days. It's so sad. Like, it is ridiculously insane how stupid people are. And how easy people get manipulated. And this isn't going to be, like... I'm not talking about any political sides. Like, both sides have so many, like, I've seen so many easy times where both sides of a political thing have been manipulated into the, like, wrong mindset because they didn't do research into some, like, I'll give an example of both sides. Well, I probably don't really need to give an example of a far left type person. I mean, that happens constantly, but I remember this one person in a far right ideology that actually was trying to store up shit with. So they used a video that was about 10 years old, and it was from a incident of people beating up someone. Now, he claimed it was a little girl being attacked by a gang of hooligans, but it was actually, so obviously by he was referring to like a group of younger African Americans. It was in a city. So if you actually watched the video clip he put there, you would see that it was a group of African Americans attacking an African American. A male one too. It wasn't a girl, because he was saying it was they were attacking a girl. So like the video itself literally had lies in it from what they were claiming it was. But majority, most people didn't actually really watch the video. They just immediately commented on his tweet on claiming that there was basically a racial thing happening with a video that was old. And like I said, it happens on both sides. Well, like, this is why Twitter, I feel like, is so awful for this kind of shit. Because nobody does any research, really. They just look at the tweet and immediately react to it. They don't wait for it, just like journalists. They don't wait for more information. Shit, they just immediately go off on it. And it happens like both. Exactly. You know, like when we had all those riots, that happened a lot too, where people were taking like 5-second clips. Like, again, another example. I remember there was a it was like a 5-some second clip where it showed somebody with a sword, attack. Like, no, wait. I take that back. So it first was a clip of a bunch of people kicking the living shit out of someone, and then it turned out, with more context to that clip, that he was attacking people with a sword, which led to a group of people kicking the living shit out of him. Because he was threatening to cut people and shit. Like, it's like, it shows you how the context of what was going on could drastically change on how much you get shown. See, I got fired from that job for trying to stop a shoplifter. Well, that depends on you. Like, I don't know what store you worked for, and of course, depending on what time period, maybe it was also different. But from what I understand in regards to shoplifting at a store these days, from what I understand, they tell you not to engage a shoplifter. They usually have you report to a manager or call the police. But they tell you to not engage the shoplifter. That's apparently how Walmart does their stuff and that. Now the subway thing, I didn't want to bring that up because exactly what I'm doing is I'm waiting for more information, because the same thing's happening right now where people are not waiting for information and they're immediately going off whatever bullshit both sides are saying. The leftist side is saying he was an innocent dancer, and the other side saying, because what has came out is that he's apparently been arrested 40 times. 40 times for what? We don't know yet. But yeah, both sides are, going with a story, trying to drum up shit and that, instead of waiting for more information. And yeah, that basically happened to Kyle, that, he defended himself against two people who tried to attack him with, I believe they both just had melee shit, right? I know one had a skateboard. Did the other one have a gun? Or was it just some other melee shit? I can't I can't remember what the other one had, but yeah, you know, two people basically assaulted him. Whether he was too extreme or not is something one person can make a argument for, but in the end it was a self-defense thing, regardless of whether you think he went too far on defending himself or not. Like I said, that Mal you can make an argument on, but he was defending himself from people who were attacking him. But yeah, I mean, same thing happened. Like, you know, people took the little clips without the context of the fact that the people came at him. See, in public in Singapore, we have so many cameras, it's impossible. Oh. Ooh. Got one of those kind of things, eh? I mean, that can have its ups and downs. Obviously, like, in public space, that can be useful. But, you know, this is where you're starting to creep into people's private areas and stuff. Well, we'll rephrase. The only thing I've heard in reflection to the subway guy is that he had 40 previous arrests. I have not heard any context of what those arrests are. Now, I'm not following the story right now, because like I said, I'm waiting for more information. So, I'm not like stalking Twitter and Facebook to find out the most newest information on the matter. So I'm not necessarily saying I'm you know, keeping track of every detail somebody figures out of that, but the last time I heard anything, nobody had any information on what the arrests were, that they were just 40 arrests. And I have not seen an actual video of, like, that's the other thing about this whole golden ant. I have not seen any actual video of this supposed incident, so I don't even know if that exists. Ooh, it attacked me. Pull it up. Don't run away. Give us 777 gold. And some ant legs. But yeah, this is a gaming channel and yeah. I'm just saying that, you know, I'm just waiting for more information. Look. All I have to say on the matter is if he genuinely did not do anything wrong other than just dance, then yes, the guy who choked him was definitely in the wrong. Depending on if there was more to it, depending on that, like if he was threatening anyone or anything, then you could justify it much more. But we need more context at what the fuck happened. And like I said, as far as I know, there's no, like, I haven't seen anything of a video. I've seen a video of the kid just dancing. I haven't seen a video of the incident that happened. Just somebody who encountered him doing his dancing. But yeah, I mean, I need context of what happened between the two that is more visual, not Uncle Bob said this and Aunt Jill said that. Like, anyone could go on Twitter and say whatever bullshit about something. Like, we need, like, actual evidence. But yeah, I'm not damning either side until I actually see some, like, actual evidence. But I can see it either way, honestly. Because, I mean, I've seen incidents of both ways. People being too extreme and people fucking letting somebody get away with shit. Like, for example, of a different incident that happened in Missouri that we do have actual full context on. Let's see. That's why I was fired from that retail job. The shoplifter claimed I assaulted her and no cameras to prove I did. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Sorry to hear that happen. Ooh, 2 metal eagles. Yeah, like I said, and you see, and that's like when someone showed me that, it's like, okay, cool, he dances, but that's not the incident. That just shows him dancing. Like, I mean, cool, he does Michael Jackson. Nothing wrong with that at all. But it doesn't tell me anything about what the fuck's going on. Ooh, damn. That was a hell of a critical. You say EXP, only 5 gold though. They were like worthless for gold. But yeah, like it doesn't tell me like I'm like, you're either trying to give me the wrong mindset, or I don't know. The point is, I'm just waiting for more information. But like as an example of the and I'm doing this to be fair, okay? Because you know I like to be fair. I do think there's a lot more crazy people on the lefto side these days, but I can like. But to be fair, there was an incident in Missouri, you all might have heard about this, where there was a guy who shot someone who was at his front door. Now, when this first happened, people were claiming he was actually trying to get in there, like he was like forcibly trying to enter the house, which people were using to justify him getting shot in the face. Now, the only thing I can give is maybe the man mistook some sound as him breaking in, which is a possibility. That part we may never really know. But as far as I understand with the investigation on that regards, he did not enter the house and the door was locked until the old man opened the door himself, which he went and shot at the person at his doorstep. He's probably going to get severely fucking thrown in jail, probably. Because, like, the fact, like, if he had actually gotten in the house somehow, then he would have had a actual self-defense case. But since he didn't have any weapon or anything, and he was at his front door, that obviously screwed him hardcore. So he's probably going to go to jail, likely. But the fact that there were people trying to claim that he actually was breaking into the house, Willie kind of made that. See, that's why I don't trust either side with it. I want more information. I'll give it that the leftist side, like I feel like lies more, but there are liars on both sides. So, like. And that's why, like, I hate these kind of discussions on Twitter, because it's where you find this kind of shit. And a lot of times, sometimes I feel like it's just people who are doing it more for attention. Oh, if you're talking about the whole thing with Michael Jackson, you know, I watched a lot of interesting videos and stuff about all that. And, you know, I do have to say, there is a lot of suspicious things that happened against Michael. Like, so, like, for example, so Michael Jackson, you know, paid money to get out of the whole suing thing that was happening with him. Now, like, for example, was you aware that Sony encouraged him to do that so he could go forward with just, you know, continuing his business? Like, that was interesting. And there's a lot of interesting interviews where, like, I remember there was one, like, one of his bodyguards did some interview, and he talked about, like, how they didn't call him a bodyguard. They called him some other title to, like, mislead the shit he said and stuff. They, like... Now, am I saying Michael Jackson's innocent? Honestly, I'm more in the position of, I don't think we'll ever really know the truth, because there's so much suspicious shit both ways. It's hard to really say. I can't really agree with that. I can't really agree with that. Because I really feel like most of the people who lie on both sides are doing it more for so. Now, can someone lie to try and be like try to say it's for someone's good? I'm not necessarily saying neither side can do that, but I don't feel like the people I'm talking about, I don't feel like all that category. But nobody likes taxes, to be fair. Anyway, why am I going in circles here? I was going in circles talking about crap, and I meant to go further in so we can investigate shit. Like this one chest that's just wadding over you. And of course, if you watched my journalist video thing, I definitely whipped a good number of like. I will never forget that Fox thing with Mass Effect. I can never forget about that. It is so ingrained into me growing up because it's so stupid. Okay, 581. I wish there was like a comparison button. I really wish there was like some option because we're getting so much stuff. See, 581, 510. Okay, so that's an improvement in those regards. Normal, cannonball. Tech level is, yeah, it's definitely upgrade. It does weigh a bit more. So we are gonna lose a little bit of health, not too much. And I think the magazine's the same, yeah, so it should be just basically an upgrade overall. Yeah, you know, I kind of wish I waited a little longer before I made that journalist video, considering how much more shit's happened. You know, you got Vice going down. The whole thing with Kotaku and Zelda is such a shit show. That is oh, that is such a shit show, man. Fuck. That's how I would consider myself too. Like, honestly, like, if you can question either, if you can question both sides, I think you're more of the central person. I mean, like, honestly, like, I really wish people would just stop labeling people all general, honestly. Because I feel like that just causes more people to fucking separate each other. Oh, you haven't heard about any of that? You need to get off the Facebook's politics and get onto the gaming Facebook channels. So, okay. So, when I made the video, I'm pretty sure I mentioned the blacklist thing. Because I think that had happened at that time. So Nintendo wasn't wanting to give them a copy of the new Zelda game. Those guys are hitting a little bit hard. But, so the new stuff that's going on is somebody got an early copy of the new Zelda game. Not too shocking. Ooh, look at here. Weeple Cannon. 666 damage. Let me compare that. Give me 1 second here, I'll go on here. So it should be, yeah, it's on here. So 719, I'm pretty sure that, yeah. It's fine, normal, I mean, it has a lot less firepower, but it hits harder, so I'll go with it. Oh no, Facebook's such a horrible place to go to, so it's not really shocking. It's just a joke. I guess these days it's more appropriate to say Twitter, because I mean, honestly, Facebook is really fucking dying. Like, it's like on life support. They're losing shitloads of money between people not really caring to use it anymore, and the whole metaverse VR shit just killing so much of their money. But, okay, so somebody got a early copy, and they started leaking out shit that, you know, like what happens and stuff and that. So Kotaku, in all the wisdom of crying about Nintendo blacklisting them from getting an early copy of the game, they decide to do a news article all on the leaks and shit. So they do that, and of course everyone points out the complete hypocrisy of why Nintendo obviously blacklisted them, because you're literally doing the thing, like, it's like, are you so stupid to not understand why they blacklisted you? You were literally doing the thing they are blacklisting you for, because these are the things you literally do. Now, does Kotaku have the right to make news on the leaks? That is a different argument, and I will say they do. They do have every right to report on the leaks. And I do think it is shitty that Nintendo won't give them a review copy because of you don't want to. Now, okay, wait. Don't take me this as being sympathetic to Kotaku specifically, because I hate Kotaku. I do find it shitty that Nintendo will blacklist you for doing news. Kotaku doesn't do news. But, like, say, like, if a YouTuber covered the leaks, and then they copyright strike you, because, oh, how dare you do news. Like, I mean, they did that to Don't You Know Gaming. They did a thing on some of the stuff that was in that big mega leak thing that's public. They copyright strike them. Like, I think that is a shitty thing to do. Ooh, a tornado engine. I think that was one of the good ones we're using right now, ain't it? Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. That is one of the... We can upgrade that. Oh, wait. Maybe it wasn't the engine then. Did we get a gun that was it? Wait. Why do I need to pay more attention to that? What the fuck? Okay. It was the parts. Parts for a tornado engine. Okay. See, I need to pay more attention to the icon in the category and less to the fucking title here. Okay. But it would be nice to make another one. It is a very nice engine. Item just sitting out here. But yeah, so obviously, you know, everyone points out the hypocrisy in SEAT Patriot. Okay, hit the right button. So we can, assuming it's, you know, it's not that kind of thing. AT Patriots. What? Equipment to intercept enemy bullets. Can't attack. Oh! It's a defense weapon. Interesting. That might be useful against bosses. I might try that. Anyway. Oh yeah, didn't I? Yeah, he can put actually on. How much? Ooh, that's a good chunk of health. Ugh. I really need to find Bell engines. That's those weird tanks. But yeah, everyone made fun of Kotaku and shit about the whole thing. And Kotaku then, in all of their infinite wisdom, that of course nobody on this side really questioning at all the insanity of. But so, and the people who were tweeting this shit from Kotaku were like higher ups, like the higher up idols or that, not like the low end ones. But basically, Kotaku then made a tweet with an image saying that this is how it feels to be us right now, something like that. And the image was a Japanese plane with a Japanese pilot with Nazi in the Nazi symbols and the Japanese rising sun symbol. It was a World War II picture. Kotaku was basically, maybe it would be too far to say a Pearl Harbor joke or something, but like they're claiming that they're basically being like bombed by Japanese World War II planes, like that, like and of course a lot of people are saying that's super racist, which to be honest I could totally believe with Kotaku, because they are so fucking anti-Japanese. Like, if you read a lot of their articles, they just fucking hate Japanese shit. Like, honestly, I would believe them to be racists. But of course, you know, if you're not part of the narrative group these days, you know, they're of course not being viewed that way by the narrative group. But yeah, that's like obviously within gaming circles though, they are just totally being lambasted for this shit. Like it's such a joke. Ooh, friend engine, yay! We might be able to make that new engine maybe then. That would be so good. Well, the thing is, I guess it... I did say racist joke, but I guess that's being kind, because it's likely not a joke. But that is true, Marcus. You do have to be mindful of who's around you when you tell a actual racist joke. That is actually very true advice, but to be fair, I did say racist joke when I said that. And I think the problem is, in the context of your commenting on it, is you're looking too far into it being... Like, I don't think it was a joke. I think they literally feel like they're owed... like, I don't know how to put best words here. Like, I guess the reason I said racist joke is to try and, I guess not really be, like, so much into the drama, I guess you could say, but I don't think they're joking. Like, Kotaku feels like they're a bunch of self-important people that should be being... And here's the thing, personally, I think is just really stupid about the whole thing. Just buy the game and then do a review on it. Like, Kotaku feels like they're so owed a free early copy of the game. Like, just buy a copy of the game and then do a video on it. Like, they act like hundreds of fucking people don't do that. Like, do you think all the fucking games I do, the publisher, like, I'm gonna be, what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm trying to think of? What is the word I'm thinking of? where you're, damn it, don't you hate when you're trying to think of a fucking common word, it's like on the tip of your tongue, where you're, being, what is the word I'm thinking of? Well, I'm, like, being honest, like, I'm being clear about something, fuck, I can't think of it at the top of my head. But to be clear and honest about something, there were only 2 times I ever well, wait, I take that back. 3 times I was ever given a game. 2 of those times were as a content creator. Those 2 times was a more indie JRPG game that had inspirations from Azora's Dreams. The dev of that actually follows my YouTube channel. Very nice person. And he gave me a copy of his game. And then the people from what is that zombie first person game? It's Killing something. Trying to remember. I have like the PS4 sequel of it. But they gave me the VR version. They were saying they wanted streamers to ask for the game on Twitter. I said, hey, I stream, and I did do some streaming of it. Was it Killing Switch? Killing Switch? I don't know. Killing Switch doesn't... I can't remember what the fuck it was called. Damn it. Now, the 3rd game was actually a very kind gift. So... I think I explained this when I did the second pickup video. If not, then maybe I didn't explain this item. So I did show it off in a pickup video. I do remember that for sure. So Strictly Limited Games sent me a copy of the collector's edition of the Witch Spring 3 they did. Now, I played Witch Spring 3. I had the Asian version, which came with a really nice art book in a slipcase. But I did not buy it. I actually talked about before that I actually kind of wish I would buy it because it comes with a nice plushie in there. But honestly, like, I don't have the space for 5 million limited editions anymore these days. So, like, as much as I would have liked to get it for the plushie, like, and, you know, I try to buy almost a good chunk of these limited edition, limited games these days, and there's so many of them now, it's hard to even keep up with them. Like, at this point, I am skipping a number of them. Some are just because, like, I just, like, no, it's realistically something I probably never play of that. And some of them are just because they're just really that awful. Like, if it's an interesting idea, it's one thing, but if it's really awful, it's no. But the point is, they sent me this, and I was confused because I know I didn't buy it. So I did show it off. I didn't open the game or anything, because I showed it off and said I was going to contact the PR guy on Twitter. Because I've talked to him several times. Very nice guy. And I sent him a message saying, I think somehow I got sent the wrong game. I don't know if it got sent by accident in lieu of one of my other games, or if in general it was sent as a general mistake somehow. Because I know for a fact I didn't buy it, because I commented on being interested in it because of the plushie in there, because I really liked the game. It's certainly not a perfect game, but I actually really found it as a charming game. And he told me that some of my viewers reached out to him and told me I actually wanted that. And why? Because I was feeling bad. So if for those yeah, put it back. So for those who don't remember that time period, that's when my mother passed away. My mother passed away around that time period. So basically, and I don't know who it is or whose. another intercepting thing. Interesting. I'm gonna have to try those. But somebody reached out and basically asked for me to have that as a gift because I was feeling off. And you know, if you're watching this, whoever's you are, that was a really meaningful thing to me. Honestly, that kind of actually shocked me. Somebody would actually reach out to a company to actually have something sent to me because I was feeling bad. So he told me it was not a mistake. It was something that my viewers asked about because I was feeling bad. And that was a really kind thing. And I'm honestly surprised Strictly Limited even did that, to be honest. Which is why I give them a lot of mad props. And, like, you know, if I ever do a video about their business down the road, you know, I will make it clear that, you know, I did get that as a gift from them. But that wasn't a review purpose gift, that or a review copy type thing. That was literally a gift because of my current situation of being really depressed and of my mother being passed. So, those are the only 3 games I ever were given by devs and shit. Like I said, the third one being a bit of a different situation, but yeah. Like, everything else I paid out of my own fucking pockets. So, and Kotaku is, like, you know, this giant, supposedly video game journalist place. So, stop crying like a bunch of fucking poor children and fucking just go buy Zelda. Like a bunch of fucking... These are grown adults who want a fucking business. Crying about being incapable of fucking getting a $70 game. Is the realistic thing of the situation. I spend hundreds of fucking dollars buying a lot of the fucking games I have. Whether to play for my own enjoyment, or whether I think they would be something enjoyable to do on the stream. It's like, grow the fuck up, Kotaku. Is basically my point. Okay, like, I can understand, as a business, for like, oh, it's a bit of a shame that we won't be able to have early coverage. Understandable to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, you're not getting an early copy, and if you really want to cover it, like you've already done, you can cover the leaks, and then you can just buy a legit copy of the game, and fucking just play the fucking game and do whatever stupid articles you want to do on it. Move on. Like, move on. The only time I've ever been given a game was when I was part of a CC program for a game company. A CC program. I'm not sure what you mean by a CC program. Might have to give me some details on it, because I'm not sure what you mean by CC. But yeah, like, I buy all my shit. I don't get free handouts. And the very few I got were just basically... The first one was trying to get publicity. Again, very nice guy. It was also very early when I did YouTube stuff. I actually really feel bad taking his game when he gave it to me. Because, to be honest, I never actually did a video on his game. Because it was a PC game. As a lot of you know, I don't really cover PC stuff. I actually asked him before, I believe, if he would ever do a console version. Because I would actually be interested. It's just, I don't really do a lot of PC stuff, and when I do, I usually just really stick to DRM-free stuff. I don't, like, the only really recent PC game I've even touched was, like, that Valheim. And that was just to play with friends, not to really do streams or cover it, because Like, what? There were two reasons I don't really do PC stuff. One is because I value ownership. So, I have a stronger thing towards DRM. Free type games. The second thing is because I have one PC. Doing especially if it's a really big, oppressive, graphically eating game, you know, it's kind of hard to do streaming in the game on the same system. Generally, that kind of thing, you want a game PC and then a PC separate to do the streaming part. Huh? Oh, did my tail messed up. Thank you for pointing that out. Sometimes it glitches. Let's see. Sometimes it glitches and the tail messes up. I need to ask TK if there's a way to do something about that. Thank you for letting me know that happened. The sad thing is, I don't really get to see. So, once in a while I check to see if that happens. But there you go. That was my avatar's tail. Sometimes it gets stuck though. But that's a good mindset to have. Honestly, the only way I accept a handout is if I owned it. But yeah, that was really early when I first was new to, like, how should I say? I was impressionable. Now, I don't think he did anything bad. Not at all. He's a very nice guy. And, you know, he has never said anything to me bad. I have talked to him before. No, the tail. The body was still in the front. The tail just clipped through the front of the body. I'm not sure how to really, like phrase what happened now, because I don't mess with the actual avatar bones, so I don't, like, TK would be the person to ask about that. It's something I've been wanting to ask TK about, if there was a way to stop that from happening, because it's a weird thing that happens, but it happens with me. But yeah, you know, I was still very young. I was, I don't know, like a young adult at best. Your tail fell off. It's a 3D object. Get over it, Dan. But I do regret accepting that game, because I never did a video on it. Which is why, like, whenever he tweets out stuff about, especially, like, he's been doing a new Kickstarter for a sequel. Like, I've been trying to be very supportive and doing retweets and stuff. But I would love to see his games get onto, like, the Switch or something. First one had a lot of references to Azura's Dream, actually to the point where I would be kind of concerned about Konami, to be honest. But hey, that's unknown, not me. But the dev was always very nice. I remember when I did my Azura's Dream review, which, to be honest, I wasn't really happy on how I turned that. Like, that was during an era where I was trying to find a quicker way to do videos, and like the idea with that was maybe covering an older title that I already done, but that kind of went back into why I feel like if it's a game I haven't really played in a more recent time, because when I look back at the Azura's Dream review I did, it really comes off as like just not really being fresh in the game. Like, I played that back when I was in fucking high school and shit. Like, that was a long time ago. I'm not really well fleshed on that gameplay now. Wasn't there like, yeah. I mean, I just got this Weeple cannon. You're only gonna give me some, well, actually it's a little weaker in attack. It's a little higher in combat power, but it's a little weaker in attack, and it actually hits multiple things. It's a beam, too. It's not actually a cannonball. And it weighs a lot less. So it has some ups and downs. I get some health back with it, too. I think I might try that one. I think it might be a decent compromise, though. But yeah, I kind of always regret the first one that I was given because I never actually did a video on it. Because, like I said, I just didn't really, but I was like, you know, I was a new YouTuber. We're like, oh my goodness, somebody reached out. Like, that was back when we had YouTube DMs. Like a mail system, which they got rid of like a billion years ago now, it feels like. Which sucks, because there were so many nice messages I would have loved to have kept, but, you know, gotta nuke those all, because YouTube is really shitty about shit, you know. Gotta get rid of everything, you know. Oh dear. Heavy hitters. We're definitely starting to get enemies that hit us a lot more decent damage. But of course, now we're getting recovery items for shields. It makes sense for them to start doing a lot more damage to our tanks. And she's all the way 22. Start all the way as a little level 1. Ooh. And I gotta be careful, because remember, there's like 4 or 5 wanted monsters here. And they gotta be somewhere on the map, and I don't know which ones might be, like, forced to fight, and others you can run away from. That's something you gotta be careful about. Let's see if there's a piece of the map up here. Again, there's nothing over there, but yet there's a hidden part of the map, because we didn't physically go over there, even though there's nothing over there. It's such a weird thing. And what are you supposed to do about those ones, like, in the middle, though? Because it doesn't look like there's anything actually... Yeah, and see, there's some in the north area. Like, what are you supposed to do about those? Those are in the void of nowhere land. What are you supposed to do about those? But, yeah, like, I don't... And that's not to say that there's a bad thing about getting a handout. If you can put your biases away and not let that affect your view, and it is still important to point out that it was given to you, I do think that is still something you should do in those scenarios. Because that shows honesty. Because if it comes up that you got for free and you didn't tell people, that does start putting shade on you. Whether you like it. But I do want to say that I don't think you're automatically a bad person or questionable reviewer if you get a free handout. I do think there's a lot more authenticity, though, if you bought it. In my opinion, I do feel like there's a lot more authenticity if you just bought the game yourself. But I'm not damning anyone who gets a free handout. What I do damn is if you do a shitty job of your job, which is what Kotaku does. They do terrible job. Like, you're lucky if they do reviews. They more like be like claim, hey, your lyrics has a racist word in it. Wait a minute, there's not a racist word in it, it's a Japanese song. It's like, it's a racist word. And then, you know, everyone's like, you're a bunch of dumbasses, you know, like, that's what Kotaku likes doing. Like, it's just... You know, sometimes I think to myself, was there even a time where Kotaku actually did, like, good reviews and stuff? Like, I don't really remember. It feels like so long ago, like... Pitching machine? What? Attacks enemy, shoots bullets, has no element, has long range. Uses bullets. I guess it means missiles then. Because see, the missile thing says missiles. Like, missile in the title, but says bullets as type. So I guess missiles just count as bullets. There's L-Wing. Like, it's not better than the ones I got in this vehicle, at least. This thing's loaded with some ballistas. But yeah, sorry about the big wimp, though. It is, I don't have very high stuff with journalism anymore. Honestly, I just think it's such a dishonest fucking thing. Like, it makes me seriously sad at the fact that, like, nobody really here holds journalists responsible for basically, like, lying. Like, there's making it, like, this is a thing Donald Trump was bad at, to be honest, with news outlets, because he just generally treated all of them as criminals. There is fair journalism that sometimes makes a mistake. We are human, and that does happen. But there is a big difference between making a mistake and fixing that, and literally just coming out of the fucking womb and lying your little ass off. Like, anyone, like Marcus, like, have you ever watched the Fox News thing about Mass Effect? Do you know that? Because this will be a very interesting experiment. Do you know about the Fox News coverage? Oh no. The engines are broke. See, the shitty thing is, so if your engine's broken, you have to get out of your... Thank the Lord you can teleport, because if it wasn't for that, man, would you be screwed. Of course, it does bring up the explanation on... it does bring up the topic of how in the world are you supposed to get your, like, vehicle there if you abandon it, though. It does bring up that kind of problem, though. But... I think we lost Marcus. Not getting a reply from him. Boo. Because I was going to ask Marcus if he would watch that Fox News video. Because it's not super long. Because I wanted, like, I would love an outsider from that incident to look at and, like, look at me and tell me you think those people literally did research and are being genuinely honest. Because I don't know how anyone could watch that and think they were being honest. That they did any real research or anything about what the fuck they were even talking about. Like, that shit, I believe, needs to be fucking, like, I don't know, like, go to jail, but, like, you like, there needs to be some accountability to this. Like, that is just legit lies. Like, and I just genuinely sick of journalists doing it. And, of course, one of the reasons a lot of that happens is because none of them want to put in the time to do research. They want to be the first person to do the story. So, you know, if somebody on Twitter claims something and they see it, they just want to run with it. They don't want to do, like, a week plus research on whether there's truth to it or anything. They just want to go with it. And that's, like, part of the problem in that regard. But, like, I really feel like we need to, like, have some fucking accountability to some of this shit. It is really sickening. Why does she even know about that?
つまり恋人同士なのかってこと。なるほどね。そうくるか。
Deal.
状況を理解するために聞いておきたいんだけど。状況を理解するために今時の生存者ってそういう言い方しないの？
Huh. I really feel like all these characters are gonna have a waifu complex. Where's my phone being? It's just junk. I'm starting to get junk texts on my new phone. I thought I got away.
シェルブールだっけ？部品集め頑張ってね。あら、あの時のキス。
Oh no.
結構良かったわよ。ひょっとするとそっち方面にも才能あるんじゃない？
Oh no. Oh no.
あら、ひょっとすると。
Oh no. See, on the subject matter of them talking about Hole being capable of having a baby, because she like, though, I tell you, every time these people talk about the apocalypse and needing to babies, it's some of the most awkward fucking conversations. But, like, you know, like, the old man's like, are you a virgin? She's like, oh no, I gave up on that a long time ago. And he's like, yeah, but she's like, but good luck getting a baby. He's like, what? Like, yeah, I tried that, it didn't work. Like, it didn't specifically give a reason why she didn't have the ability to have a baby, which doesn't necessarily discount her as someone who can't have a baby. Like, because you can have a low egg count and just be hard to have a baby. But, you know, like, obviously they would have to engage in a lot of testing, if you know what I mean. I don't trust him an inch or anything. Where is our mechanic, though? Where is the medic?
伝説の大破壊を引き起こした巨大電子頭脳ノアが実はもともとは人類を救うために建造されたスーパーコンピューターだったなんて。
I forgot about that thing now. Still nothing over there. I don't remember what wombs is.
どうしてただ好きになるだけじゃダメなんだろう。
Hey kid, love's a little bit more than just that. I mean, I see, look, like, it's not bad that he, like, has a crush on her or anything, but the thing is, like, I think it's really important to be understanding their point of view of the situation they're in. Like, at least before she came here, like, when it was just her, she is one girl with, let's see, there was, and technically, let's see, did we? Yeah, we got him before her, but he was still injured, so we had a base with 5 guys, and her supposedly being the likely last girl in the fucking world. Like, I cannot even imagine the fucking, like, thought process in her head. Like, could you imagine being supposedly the last girl in the world, and here you are at some rust bucket, last place people are at, with 5 dudes. 3 of them are like your age. One is old as fuck, and the other one is, I don't know, like, what would you say? Probably 30s, maybe 40s. It's hard to tell. Like, I mean, he's bald. Like, he's really fit. He's really fit. But I want to say he's probably in his 30s. But then again, you know, anime, like, age is all over the fucking place. Like, for all we know, she's, like, fucking 18. Like, you get cases where, like, you're 18, and you're 25. Like... But yeah, as far as I know, I don't think they ever, any of them have talked about their age at all, except for like the old man. But he never like stated his age. He's just, you know, obviously visually old. But yeah, I mean, like I think that's like part of his problem in this situation. Like there's a lot of this like pressure on like you know, if I don't put out babies, humanity might just completely be dead. Potentially. Like, and yeah, like that. And I mean, like, if she real, like, if we had never found any of the other girls to this point, like, she could have to be, like, in the situation where she would have to consider, I would have to have babies with one of these people and possibly not love them. And, like, that's... You know, for somebody who's like, if somebody was like in a very open relationship kind of way, like, you know, that's probably more like a paradise situation to them. Like, sweet diggity dang, I can just have all the sex I want and not have to worry about commitment or anything. Like, you know, for that kind of person, that probably would not be as bad. But, you know, like, you know, if you're gonna be in like an actual, like, I want to love someone, get married kind of situation mindset, yeah, I could only imagine you just like, oh. Good lord. And that's not even adding even more complications on top of that if you happen to be religious. Like, if you're religious, like, I imagine that would even be worse. Because then it's like, do I just, like, because, like, in most religions, you know, they are against multiple partners and things. So, like, good luck being Christian in this situation, because, oh boy. Oh boy.